Hey, this is Trent Cotney, Cotney Attorneys and Consultants, and I want to give you the current legal, safety, and HR news that you need to know in less than 5 minutes. Okay, first is you want to talk about. Last week it became readily apparent that the Biden administration stimulus plan is going to bring back the Family First Coronavirus Response Act. Now, the FFCRA last year, what it did is it provided additional paid time off and additional paid leave for coronavirus-related reasons. What the Biden administration wants to do is extend this. It expired last year, 12/31/20. They want to extend it to September 30th of this year. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that they want to increase the benefit. The maximum benefit that you can get per employee per week is up to $1,400. They want to eliminate the exception for employers that had over 500 or less than 50. They want to eliminate that. So foreseeably, this could affect almost every construction company out there. The only, I guess, bright, silver lining to this might be the fact that you could still get a tax credit. But for those of you that had to participate in this last year, you know that it's a big administrative burden to account for all of this paid time off in order to get your tax credits. Second thing I want to mention is both HR related and legal, and it deals with misclassification. Okay, the Biden administration has signaled, did so clearly last week, and said that what they are going to do this year and the next coming years is focus on the misclassification of 1099 subcontractors, vendors, whoever it might be. Okay, so this affects the industry both from a subcontractor labor standpoint and from a sales staff standpoint if you 1099 them. The reason that this has become apparent is that just last week, the Biden administration announced that it was revoking certain published letters or responses that were based on, opinions that were based on Trump administration guidance. Okay, they've also said that they want to move towards California's ABC test to determine whether or not misclassification exists. And this is a tough test, okay? The three factors of this test is that the worker is free from control and direction from the hiring entity, that the worker performs tasks that are not the usual course of the hiring entity. So think about that. That's a tough one. And then the third factor is that the worker is customarily engaged in an independently established trade or business. Okay, it's a very high threshold to meet this. It's going to be difficult for the construction industry. Third thing I want to mention to you is a safety-related issue, and that's OSHA. Okay, January 29th, OSHA put out some new guidance. If I had to summarize what this guidance was, and it's on OSHA.gov, what they did is instead of saying may, they changed it to shall, meaning that they put the burden strictly on the employer to abide by CDC guidelines and to make sure that workers are protected from COVID-19. Now, what's interesting is that there's also been discussion about an emergency temporary standard for COVID safety for infectious diseases, okay? I anticipate that will probably be issued by March 15th of this year, okay? Two things to expect for this year is definitely an infectious disease standard and something to do with heat illness and injury. I expect to see those things here probably by the end of the second quarter, if not sooner. So stay tuned for more. As always, if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out to me on the contact information on the end here. I always appreciate you guys and look forward to your questions. Thank you.